Alrighty. Monica, would you mind giving me a sound check? You good? All right, awesome. Just get this thing attached to my hip. Oh, everyone's already in. You can double check. Yeah, you can double check if you want. All right. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me here today. My name is Amber. Happy Tuesday. This is an hour-long power class, so most of you guys know that you know the drill. So come down onto your hands and knees into child's pose. And start to make the most of your space. Let's begin with breath. And for those of you in the studio, I offer hands-on assist. So if that's something that you do not want right now, go ahead and raise your hand for me. Okay. So back to your breath. Start taking big inhales in through your nose just to clear out any energy that you don't want with you right now. And then as you do this, start to notice any stress or excess tension just melting away, and just visualize that in your mind. Allow your body to soften down towards your mat. And your next breath, lengthen your spine. So walk your fingers forward to the front of your mat. If you're on your elbows right now, lift up off your elbows. And then integrate your shoulders. Draw your shoulders back onto your spine. Press them into your body. It's like you're trying to grab a pencil between your shoulder blades, or something better than a pencil. Maybe it's food. You guys haven't eaten breakfast yet, and that sounds good. There you go. Take another inhale, and then soften all the joints in your body, starting with your knuckles, the knuckles on your hands, and then your elbows. Good. Now soften your neck and shoulders. And now your hips and knees. One more big breath in. Exhale it out. Tabletop. So move on to your hands and knees. And then notice where you're feeling constricted in your body right now. Notice where it feels heavy. And let's just start with what feels light. Maybe that's your head and neck right now. Breathe. And then start to move the other parts of your body, maybe the ones that don't feel so good right now. Move your back, move your hips. Maybe you abduct one leg out to the side. Let's all do that. Everyone take your right knee out to the right. Just like that, like a little fire hydrant thing. Good, then put it down. And go to the other side. This might even get your hip to pop right here without even having to do much. Good, take it out to the side. Good, and put it back down. I have a friend who can do this thing where she can just do it from a standing position. She can go, and both of her hips will pop. If only all of the rest of us were that lucky. All right, go some cat cows. Lower your belly down towards the ground. Big inhale, look up. And then exhale, lift your tail. Good, drop the crown of your head. And then go again. Big breath, lower down towards the ground. Maybe bend your elbows so you can exaggerate the movement a little. And then exhale, press the elbows to straighten. Look between the knees. Good. One more time. On your own time. right, come to a flat back. Good, and then curl your toes under. Lift your knees an inch off the ground, just an inch, just for now, and make sure that your knees are still right underneath your hips. Right, take a breath in. Bring your right knee to your right elbow. And then step it back to that tabletop. And take your left knee to your left elbow. Take it back. One more time, right knee, right elbow. And then straighten your left leg, press your right leg back and up, three-legged downward facing dog. So spread out all 10 of your fingers and then press your left heel towards the back of your mat. Press it back, open up the back of that leg, and then go ahead and rotate your right ankle. See if there's any cracks or pops that need to happen there. Crack your toes. And then let's do 3 big hip circles clockwise with that right leg. Open up your hip. See if you can keep your elbows reasonably straight while you do this. And then go the other way, counterclockwise. Really big circles, maybe even dropping the toe to tap the ground at one point, at the lowest point. And then lift the right leg all the way back up. Bend your knee, open your hip now. See how it already kind of feels ready to go there and be there. And now take a little twist. Look underneath your right armpit. Rotate your chest up toward the sky. Good, now take a big breath in, square your hips back to center, and then step your right foot up to your right hand. 2 breaths here in low lunge, and if you want to come down onto your elbows or whatever, you go there. Bring your hands to the instep of your right leg. There you go. And now you can use that right elbow to press your right knee out to the side, or you can drop onto the knife edge of your foot. And go back to tabletop. And then curl your toes, lift your knees an inch off the ground. And take your left knee to your left elbow. Okay, take it back, straighten your right leg, lift your left leg up to the sky. 3-legged downward facing dog. Just press into whatever's attaching you to the ground right now. Those are your points of contact. Those are your points of grounding. Make sure that you feel secure. And then start to rotate that leg. Counterclockwise or clockwise first. And then counterclockwise after you've done 3. And bend your knee, open your hip. Press into your hands, so ground this hand all the way down. There you go. Press into your feet and then take a breath. Press your left heel over even harder, like you're trying to get it away from your body. And then look underneath your left armpit. So flip your gaze, draw your chest open. And then square your hips, step your left foot forward. So left foot, left hand, low lunge. And now breathe. For more opening of the back leg, lift your knee up as high as you can. Straighten your leg as straight as it'll go. For more opening in the front hip, come onto the knife edge of your left foot. Press your left knee out to the wall, out to the left. And step your back foot to the front. So left foot, left foot, left hand, goddess pose. Yep. So right here, down a little baby squat. So this is one of those poses where it feels a little more difficult to lengthen the spine. So I want you guys to visualize right now the tailbone dropping down and the crown of your head lifting. And whatever is going to help you with that, I like to almost always reach my arms out in front so I can counterbalance, if that makes sense. Try that out, see if that works for you. Take another breath. And bring your hands back to heart center. Drop your fingers. Heel toe your feet in towards 12 o'clock. Now go to Ragdoll. A miraculous Ragdoll. I feel like this pose is the most transformative in the shortest amount of time. So if you're looking to get like a quick yoga fix, this pose is for you. We can spend 3 breaths in here and undo like a week worth of sloppy posture and stress. So make them deep breaths, make them really good breaths. Good. Deep inhale in, hold this one. Open up your mouth, send it out. Good, let's do that again. One more really big inhale. Exhale, let it go. Drop your hands. Take a breath. Heel toe your feet in together. Good. And then right here, reach your right leg back and up. Let's go to 3-point balance / standing split. Whatever's gonna feel good right here. And if you need to bend that left knee, bend your left knee. By all means, bend it. Walk your hands closer back towards your foot. You can see if you can, almost like in Ragdoll, how we tell you guys to make a shelf with your legs so that your chest can rest on it. It's a great option for here. And take another breath in. And then see if you can abduct that right hip out to the side. So drawing your right heel out to the right side of the room. Yeah, there you go. Nice, Sham. Take another inhale. Exhale, drop the foot back down. Lift the left leg up. Nicole has a little mat mate there. Oh, all right. Good, take your left heel, move it out to the left. Keep your foot flexed towards your face so that your feet are strong and active through this pose. Take another breath in. Exhale, lift your hip as high as you can, and then draw it back. Bring it down. Bend your knees. Let's rise all the way up to mountain pose together. Big breath, big lift. And then bring your hands together at heart center. Let's start class with one big Om. Everybody, big breath in together. Good. Big inhale, rise back up, high mountain pose. And then bring your hands together at heart center. Take a breath, lift your arms, go back. Okay, so maybe this just looks like you drawing your shoulders to the back of the room. Or taking a full-blown back bend. Good, bring it back. Drop your hands to heart center. Big inhale. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, make your way back to plank. So plant your hands, step your feet to the back of your mat. And then stay grounded. Draw your shoulders back, pull your belly in and up. And start to lower down, low plank. Bend your elbows, find a hover. And then inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward, go forward. Take a breath in, halfway lift, forward fold. Rise up, Tadasana. Bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank. Good, breathe in, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look between your hands, hop or step there. Half lift, fold, rise up, Tadasana, longest Tadasana, tallest one yet. Good, go for a back bend again. Take a breath. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, high to low or chaturanga. Straight into chaturanga if you're ready. There you go, Monica. Take a breath, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take in a big breath together. Open up your mouth, sigh it out. And then bend your knees, jump. Then halfway lift, fold, chair pose. Come into low chair right away. So bring your knees together. Squeeze everything in, skin, muscle, bone, all in one tight little package. Good, bring it in. And then sit back down. Good, lower. Let's go all the way down this time. Let's go to boat. So lower the hips all the way to the ground. Lift the feet. Take a breath. Low boat. High boat. Good, low boat. High boat. Drop your feet, come back up. Even if you need to rock and roll 3 times to get there, or use 2 hands and both of your feet, it counts. Take a breath in. Forward bow. Breathe in, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Then upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift your left leg into the air. Left leg first today. Good. Step your left foot forward, warrior 1. Good, rise up. And then open your hips to the front of the room. So square them forward, both of them. And if that's not happening, it's probably because you can probably find more distance between your feet. So stagger your feet out a little more. Square the hips forward, take a breath in. Draw your upper arm bones back. Take a breath. Exhale, reach forward for half warrior 1. So pull your shoulders onto your spine, take a breath, and then send your arms back like you're going into airplane arms. And if you've got a bind in your practice, if you can catch your hands and interlace your fingers, go down to humble warrior. If not, stay right there in airplane arms. We're still warming up, so stay where it's accessible. Take a breath, lift back up, warrior 1. Bring your hands to heart center. Drop your hands to the ground, step back to high plank. Good, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift your right leg into the air. And step it forward, warrior 1. And then 2 breaths just to adjust. Make any adjustments that you need. There you go, Sham. Yeah, and Sham is mastering the art of self-help over here. I always say this. I'm like, you guys have 2 hands, help yourselves, right? So if you find that you're like this, practically in warrior 2 hips, move them forward, front and center there. And notice what that does to that back hip flexor there, that really tight on most of us muscle. And now take a big breath in. Exhale, reach your arms forward. And then take them back. I'd stay here or bind and lower. If you've stayed in your airplane arms though, make sure that your head isn't craned up. We want to have the neck always following the natural line of the spine. Take a breath. Lift back up, warrior 1. Bring your hands to heart center, drop the hands down, step back to plank. Low plank. Breathe in, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look between your hands, hop or step forward. Halfway lift, fold, chair pose. Bow. At half rise, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, right side, warrior 1. Back to the right side this time. Take a breath, square your hips, plant your feet. Chaturanga. Upward dog, downward facing dog. Left side, warrior one, step it up. And use your core to pull you to standing. And then chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Take a jump to the front of your mat. And half rise, fold, chair pose. Good, rise up, sink the weight down, one breath, forward bow. Halfway lift, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, right side warrior one, a little bit faster on the tempo this time, but you guys make sure you're still breathing just the same. Breathe in, lift up, exhale, move down, and let's keep up the breath. Good, upward facing, downward facing dog, left side, warrior one. Lift and breathe. Exhale, lower down to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. All right, sometimes when you get out of the honeymoon phase of the yoga, you're like, oh, this is boring now. So I'm always finding ways to keep this fun for myself, and I'll just play games. So you guys can think of it this way. You can go as fast as you can keep up with your breath. When you stop being able to keep up, you lower into child's pose. It's fun that way. Just make sure that you're staying engaged. Like right now, press your chest towards your thighs, drop your head. And then pinch your shoulder blades together. There you go. Good looking down dogs. Good, look between your hands, hop or step forward. Halfway lift, fold, rise up to Dasana. And then we're gonna step the right foot back into high lunge. So just like we did in our low lunge, keep the back knee nice and lifted. It's not bent like this, it's just up. If you need to modify though, you can drop your knee onto the ground. And even when you're doing that, you'll still be able to press the chest forward enough to get a really good stretch back here. So take a breath in, lift the arms up. Bring your hands to heart center, step it back, high plank, low plank, up dog, downward facing dog, step the right foot forward, high lunge. Take a breath. And then press into the back toes, step it up, mountain pose. Fold forward. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Take your right leg up into the air. Bend your knee, open your hip. The art of flip dog. I want you guys to go slowly. Like see if you can make micro movements to get down to the ground. Like how long can you drag this out? That's what I want you to be thinking while you're doing this. So go now. If flip dog's in your practice, slowly rotate that right foot down to the ground. Nice, Sham. Oh, all of you guys did so good in this. Really nice. And you virtuals, I'll watch you on the other side. Take a breath in, lift your hips up. If wheel is there and you're warm, go now. Reach down for it. All right, take a breath in. Big exhale. High plank. And go to side plank on your right. So rotate your chest towards that wall right there. So right hand down, left hand up. And then what's in your practice here? Do you guys do you normally go to tree? Do you lift your leg up and bind? What's something you've always wanted to do but haven't tried? Now's a good time for that. For you guys at home, you're at home. For you guys that are here, there's not a lot of people. Take a breath. All right, lift your right leg back up just for a second. We're gonna bring that around to the front of the room. So if you're here in your plank, We're gonna bring that forward where the right hand would have been, and then swing up to Crescent Lunge. Take a breath. Bring your hands to heart center, and then twist to the left. And press into your hands. Get that leverage. Make enough leverage to twist yourself open. And when you feel like you're in your fullest expression, either stay or open your arms. Yes. Press your left knee out towards your pinky toe. Take a big inhale. Fill up your lungs with a huge breath. Twist open. Good. Now spin into warrior two. Reverse your warrior. And then extended side angle. All right, so bring the ground up to you somehow. Maybe you put your elbow on your knee. Maybe you are light on your fingers. Breathe. Okay, draw your top hip up and over your bottom hip. One more inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. All right, take your left leg up into the air. Bend your knee, open up your hip. All right, Monica and Nicole, flip your dogs. Everybody flip your dogs slow. Awesome, Nicole. Awesome. Oh, awesome, Monica. Yeah, and both of you guys look so warm, you might as well just drop into wheel anyway, right? Everybody go for wheel if that's in your practice. If it feels safe, go. I feel like you guys could both go into wheel. I'm gonna spot you. I've got you back. Good. You wanna come out? Stay there. Come in. You got it. You got it. You wanna come back up? Okay, yeah, you're so welcome. If it doesn't feel good, we don't want to keep you there. All right, everybody come out. That was a really long wheel if you were in wheel. Good job, everybody. All right, come into plank. All right, move into side plank on your other side. So side plank on the left. All right, breathe, and then draw your shoulder blades together. Yeah, almost like you're gonna go in a back bend with your top hand. So that right hand, that right arm, reach that back. The same way that we do in triangle, the same way that we do in flip dog. Almost like you're trying to reach for a bind and an extended side angle. And then take another inhale. Lift your top leg up. We're gonna step that forward into Crescent Lunge. Good, breathe, lift your arms up. Take a breath in. And if you're feeling a little shaky in your balance right now, stagger your feet. So both of you guys might want to move your feet out just a little bit to the right and left. Perfect. It just gives you more balance. Okay, and then bring your hands to heart center. Twist to the right. Right, big breaths in, big breaths out. Press into your hands. Use your hands as the focal point to twist open. And then notice where your center of gravity is right now. Ground yourself down right into that point. Take one more inhale. Open up your arms on that exhale. And reach down to the ground. Maybe you're not even touching it. Maybe you're just balancing. Take one more breath. Exhale, twist. And then move into warrior two. Yeah. Every time Sham's in my class, I always find myself saying like, listen for what I'm saying, not what you want to hear. But you're never alone. This is it's like a group thing. We all do this when we're in yoga. We don't want to be somewhere, reverse your warrior. And then so we move on. Good, extended side angle. And I feel like we always talk about how yoga is life, but really just life is life. The things that you learn here in this room are things that you're going to learn in any practice. You want to skip over the parts that you don't think you're good at. We don't fully always listen. We don't fully always be absorbed in the moment in what we're doing. If things are painful or annoying, we stop. If it's frustrating, we might give up. I'd go to chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. But guess what, guys? Life is a practice that we can't escape from. We're always going to be in it no matter what. And it is a practice. That's what life is. I've heard people call it a school. I've heard people call it a bunch of different things, but it's just above all else, it's just a practice. And some days are better than others. Draw your shoulder blades onto your spine. Press your chest towards your legs. And then if you guys took my class yesterday, I remembered what I was going to try to show you. So we're going to do it now because it's fun. So drop onto your knees real quick. This will only take a second to demo. All right, so from plank, we're going to step the right foot to the right hand. And then we're going to grab a hold of this right foot with the left hand. And you're going to come into, I think it's a grasshopper prep. But wait, I'm sorry. I'm going to take my right hand and grab my left leg. And then come down like this. So as long as you can grab your foot, and even if you can't, you can bend your knee. Everybody can do this. So we're going to try this together. All right, so come into your down dog. Step your right foot to your right hand. And then we're going to take our right hand and we're going to grab our back foot. Okay? So I'm going to reach around for my back foot with my right hand. And once I've stepped that up and pulled it up, I'm going to try to lower down. Nice. Yeah, yes. Awesome, guys. Really good. Did you get this, Monica? Do you need me to show you again? It's a little complicated. Okay, well, let me show you from the front angle. All right, so I set my right foot to my right hand, and then my right hand reached around for the left foot. So I can just do it like this, but you need to reach around the right knee. Okay? So actually, now that I think about it, there's probably easier ways to come into this. You could do it from Ragdoll too, if that's easier. So take the right hand, reach around the right leg for the left foot. And once you've got that left foot, you just bend your right knee all the way to the ground and extend your left foot out to the right. Is that helpful? Yeah, you're getting it. Yes, Monica, that's it. Yes, bend that front knee a little more. Perfect. There you go. All right. Let's try the other side now. All right. So actually, I think I just decided it's way easier to do this from Ragdoll. So if you come to your forward fold, let's reach the left hand around and grab the right foot. So we're reaching the left hand behind the left leg and grabbing the front of the right ankle. And then bend the left leg, pull it out to the side. And depending on which hip is tighter, certainly one side's going to be harder than the other. That's kind of built into the fabric of our bodies. It's written in the fascia there. All right, go ahead and let go. Shake it out. Take a Ragdoll. If nothing else, you guys learned something new today that you can practice on your own later, right? Okay, take your legs together. Take a big breath in, rise up, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, half lift, chaturanga. Upward facing, downward facing dog, right side, warrior one. Good, now spin your back heel up over your toes. Go to crescent lunge for a second. Good, now move into warrior three. So we're just gonna reach out with our fingers. And draw your heel back. Take a breath, bring your biceps up by your ears. And then bring your hands to heart center. Go to half moon. Good, so the right hand drops and the left arm lifts. Take a big breath in. And then we're gonna step straight back to triangle pose. So pay attention to where you land your back foot because you guys are setting yourself up for the next thing. So whether that's really far back, it depends on how wide you like your stance. I like mine kind of wide. So I'm gonna step back like I'm going for warrior two, but maybe you won't like that. Good, so take a breath in. Come all the way up, and then let's reach forward. Drop the right hand. Good, breathe. Try to peel that top hip back up over the bottom hip. And then come into warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. At other side, take your left foot to your left hand, go to warrior one. And then spin your back heel up over your toes. Warrior three, reach forward. Big breath in, extend your foot back and your fingers to the front. And then bring your hands to heart center, half moon. Be light on your bottom hand to your fingers or whatever's basing you on the left side. Maybe nothing is. Maybe you've got your balance so good that you can just levitate your hand off the ground. And then slowly step the right foot back to triangle. Straighten your front leg. Take your arms out to warrior two arms and then reach forward. Make sure you're reaching forward as far as you can before you hinge at the hip and lower down. And then bring some water to your joints. Soften your knees. Soften your gaze. Take a big inhale. Exhale, rotate open. One more breath. And then go up to warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. And come into plank. 3 big breaths right here, and then we're gonna lower down together. Okay, spread out all 10 of your fingers. And then all those knuckles on your palms, the knuckles we typically ignore because they're not part of the finger joints, press those down into the ground. Feel the contact that you're making with your hands, all the parts of your hands, all 4 corners of your palms. Okay, and then begin to bend your elbows, go to low plank. Good, and then keep lowering all the way down to your belly and rest. Good. We'll find a cheek. Let's go into Locust. So everybody, this time reach your fingers forward, all the way out in front of you. It's draw your shoulders back, pull your belly in, and then reach your fingers to the front of the room. Good, finding length in your spine as you do this. So you're gonna lift the feet too. Everybody hold in, skin, muscle, bone, and then let go. Good, let's do it again. Everybody lift up to Locust. Good, and while you're here, take your arms out to your sides, out to a T, and then bring them back up. And then take them back out. Bring them back up. One more time, take them back. And this time, reach around, grab your feet, go straight into bow. All right, pull in. Hug everything in towards your midline. And then release. Take your knees side to side. Get back up, one more bow. Everybody lift. See if you can get some momentum. See if you can rock from front to back. There you go. Come on, faster, Matt. You can do this. Good. Breathe. Everybody move. And then release. Come back down to your mat. Move your knees. And then from here, just roll straight onto your backs. Yeah, so we're all facing the back of the room now. Everybody get straight up into bridge or wheel, whatever's in your practice today. Might be both. You might start with the bridge and then realize you can do wheel later if you're warm enough. You guys should all be pretty warm by now. And so get the hips off the ground in whatever pose you choose and press into whatever is on the ground. Breathe. And release. Good. Shift your knees from side to side. Back up again, bridge or wheel. And release. Good. Move your knees if it feels good. Last time, bridge or wheel, go. This time we're gonna get both of our feet off the ground one at a time. So everyone lift your right leg into the air. All right, Monica. All right, Nicole. All right, everybody else in the room, put that leg down. Lift your left leg up. Take a breath. And release. Lower all the way down. Go into butterfly. So bring the soles of your feet together. Draw your knees out to the sides. Bring one hand over your heart and another hand over your belly. Take another inhale. Open up your mouth, blow it out. Good. And then draw your knees onto your chest. Good. Rock and roll side to side. And then spread out like you're about to take Savasana. Arms and legs, like you're in a jumping jack starting pose. All right, chum, you took boot camp, so you will demo for us this crunch. You already know. You ready? Mm-hmm. The X crunch, yep. So for Shama's gonna take everything into a little ball. She's gonna ball herself up. So when she comes up, her knees are gonna come together, her arms are gonna come together, and she's gonna be kind of in a little ball. Here, so you start from the X, and then you come up. So elbows go to knees, and elbows and knees are in together. And then you lay back down. All right, let's do 10 of these together, okay? Ready? You guys are gonna help me count. Everybody up. Good, back down. Good, that was 1. Good, up, 2. Lower down. 3. Good, come back down. Make sure your low back touches the mat when you release. Come up for 4. Good, go back down. 5. Keep going. You guys have got this. 6. 7. Last 3. Keep it finishing strong. 8. And 9. And bring it up for 10. Last one. Hug it in and let go. Come back down onto your mat. Let's take a full body stretch to release the core. So draw the arms up and over. Reach for the back of the room. Point your toes to the front. And then let's take frog. So everybody roll onto your fronts. Let's reset here. Roll up your mat if that's what you want to do to anything that's going to make your knees feel better about being on the ground. Most of our lives, we go through this process where we build up, defenses. We erect walls around ourselves to stay safe, just so we can feel safe. And so that same thing happens in our bodies. We become more stiff and we become more rigid. So the way we hold ourselves mentally, we hold ourselves the same way physically. It all comes together. It all translates. So know that whatever it is that you normally use to protect yourself isn't going to serve you right now. But neither is brute force. So let's approach this really gently. I want you guys to let's take the next 5 breaths to lower down even deeper. And just know that it's safe to do that right here. Unless you're in pain. And when I say pain, you guys know what I mean. Like we interpret pain as anything we don't like. But we know there's a difference between pain and its distant cousin, discomfort. And discomfort is bearable if you have the right tools, and you do. It's the breath. Last 2 inhales. Let's take these ones together. Big family breath. Big inhale. Big exhale. Good, and then one more. Big deep breath in. Let's hold this one at the top. Let this be a huge expansive breath. Like imagine your lungs and its limits just stretching right now. And then open up your mouth, send it out. Good. Stretch your legs out behind you. Slowly reach your arms forward in front of you. And then make your way onto your back. So let's make our way into waterfall. Everyone take the block that you've got. If you don't have one, you can go into shoulder stand or you can grab you a block. Yeah, if it feels good, want a block? Okay. You're welcome. You can do a shoulder stand with your hands on your low back supporting yourself, or you can go ahead and lay down on your block. You're welcome. Whatever's going to be more comfortable. Lift your feet up towards the sky. Feel your whole back lengthen. Feel your legs lengthen. If you want to at this time, go ahead and take your feet up over your head into plow. And then slowly come out of your waterfall. Pull your knees onto your chest. Give yourself a big, juicy squeeze. And then hug everything in towards your center line. Knees to your forehead, toes into your body. Squeeze your eyes shut, and then take a big breath in through your nose. Hold that right here. 3, 2, 1, and open. Savasana. Spread out, take up your space right where you are. Just allow yourself to get heavier and heavier, just like the ground, until you become one with your mat. Let's take another breath in together. In through the nose, back out through the mouth. And then wrap yourself up really tight. Bring your knees onto your chest. Take any final movements that you need here. If you need to wiggle your fingers or move your head, just take a couple moments just to do what you need to. And then roll onto your right side. And make your way on up to your seat. And then feel how solid the ground is underneath you. Draw your navel in towards your spine. Draw your shoulders back. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. And we'll end class the same way we began, with one big Om. Everyone breathe in together. Lift your thumb knuckles all the way up to forehead center. And together we bow as we say namaste. Namaste, everyone. Thank you guys for coming. Hope you guys feel a little bit better, or hopefully a lot better than you did when you got here. And I hope you'll be back. This is my time slot, Monday and Thursday. Normally this is not my class, but I'm subbing today. So hopefully I will see you guys on your mats again soon. Same time, same place. And I will, thank you. Thank you guys for coming. Christine and Molly, Kay was on here, Bonica, Nicole, some of you guys have already signed off, but thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.